Hey guys, we're back and we have the Line Star round two. All right, now most of you have this part already finished. I saw some excellent examples you guys were showing me. You guys did a great job on this. I knew you could handle it. You're the best. So you should be at this point if you followed the first video. I did have some people asking me some really cool questions. So if you're not happy with your star so far, we're going to be adding on to it. So you might want to consider refining it or changing it if you wanted to. There are other ways to do this, and experimenting is always fun. So what if you tried doing it with an X instead of a plus? It's going to look a little bit different. You'll notice this has 5 points. As long as you have the same number of dots on each row, it's fine. It'll still work. And look, it's just always going to go like this. They're going to alternate. So it went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So since it started with 1 on this one, on the line that crosses, you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you could go all the way to 20. I mean, you could, any number, as long as you have the same number on each line, is fine. Also, what if you made it even more complicated? You don't have to. We're all here, and that's perfectly fine. But I wanted to give some options because I had some really cool questions. If you want to look at this, it's the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it alternates. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, it just switches around. So whatever. Anyway, back to Mr. Galloway got distracted. Back to this. What we're going to do is we're going to add some details and color to our picture to finish it. There's some really cool ways you can decorate these to make them look really good. First of all, we want something going on in the background, okay? So you could think of like a cool pattern to put back there. I've had some people just put like a checkerboard pattern, and that looks really good. One way to make it look really cool is if you go to where your dots were. Like if you remember, you had little dots. Sometimes they're a little harder to see because they get drawn over. But if you pay attention to where your dots were, watch what we can do. This looks pretty cool. I could take my roller and line it up with the dot, and then don't draw over your star, but I'm going to go above and below the star. But I lined it up with the dot. Then I'm going to go here. I'm going to skip to the edge of the star above and below like that. I'm going to go here, line it up with the dot above and below like that. That one's already got it. I can go to this one. Don't draw on the star, below, above. To this one, don't draw on the star, below, above. This one, below, above. But I lined them up with the dots, and the reason for that is if I go the other direction and do the same thing, it looks really cool. So watch, take the roller. You notice I'm still using my eagle claw or holding it in multiple places at weird angles. Line it up with the dot. Don't draw on the star, draw across and across. So I skipped the star, but I checkered the background. Line it up with the dot, go to the edge of the star, across, across. Cool. Go to the next dot, line it up with the star, across, across. Cool. Line up the next one. What? Across, across. Don't draw on the star, go around the star, because you're the star. Oh, sorry. Go to the edge of the star, over, over. I didn't go all the way over, did I? Whoop. Go to the next dot. Oh yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh, so here you go. But you can see that gives it, it makes it kind of look like it's coming out of a cool 80s background. We need some neon colors in this thing. But that looks pretty cool if you do it like that. Another way to do it, instead of the checkerboardy look, you could just draw some things that you like in the background. I had one kid that was drawing like their favorite animals. So they had like a tiger paw here and like a goat head here, and you know, you could do whatever. But that's, you know, I want something going on behind your star, even if it's just patterns. Like let's pretend I have a star on this one. I'm just gonna do like this. We'll pretend this is my really cool star I took a lot of time on. And, you know, you could have some little patterns going behind it. Any kind of design is fine as long as you have something going on in your picture behind your star. Okay? Doesn't matter what. You could have things, you could have items, you could have patterns, you could have lines, you could have details, what is. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to look at just the star part first. And I want you to pick 2 colors, okay? Perhaps you could, I would probably use color pencils, but if you don't have them, you could use crayons or markers. Either one's fine. Markers would be good too. So I'm going to pick 2 colors. Maybe I will pick Mr. Galloway. He's going to pick green and purple. I'll go back to that. So what I'm going to do is I want to checkerboard this star. Okay. So I'm going to take my green and I'm going to choose this first shape and I'm going to lightly, smoothly shade in that whole shape, kind of like that. Then I'm going to get my next color and do the next one. The next color as smoothly and lightly and filled in nicely as I can. So green, purple. Now you want to checkerboard it, which means the green should never be beside another green. The purple should never be beside another purple. So if I go down, this one can't be green. This is going to be purple, which would then make this one green. Okay. I'm going to stop talking and just fill this in real quick. Got it? Got it. All right, so I have my main star colored in. If you wanted to, you could even do some of that cool coloring we were talking about last week, where you start darker and kind of fade to lighter. Just pick a side and do that. Like I'll just start on the left side and fade out so that I always have a little darker edge here. I'm going to do the left side of every purple one. Start darker, fade over. Start darker, fade over. If you do that, it'll make it look even smoother, which is kind of cool. That's pretty good, I'd say. So I'm just going to start dark and fade over every single time. Like so. I could do the same with my green. Maybe with my green, I'll choose to do it on the right side. I'll do dark on the right side and fade over. That might look cool. I don't know. Get some randomness. Trick your eye a little bit, because if it were the lighting that was making the shading, they'd all be the same direction. But I kind of like how it plays with your head a little bit if you mix it up. So, you know, you could kind of fade over in some places and make it look even cooler. Now, love it. You could do a pattern with your background as well. I would probably pick different colors because sometimes your back and forth patterns will get a little mixed up with the way we did it. So, and also it would make your star pop out. So maybe I'd pick 2 other colors that I think would look good with that. Like, I don't know. Maybe yellow and orange would be cool. But you could do the same thing and color this in a pattern. I could go orange, yellow, orange, yellow, orange, yellow, orange, yellow, orange, yellow, orange. Just kind of alternate like a checkerboard, and that could look really cool. If you did little designs in the background, you could color those in and draw them, all that stuff. But I could try to really quickly do that. I'm going to speed color, so this isn't going to be... Whoa, careful there, Mr. Galloway. This isn't going to be necessarily my smoothest work, but I know this video is getting kind of long and I just want you to have a good general idea. So I'm going to fly through this. All right, guys. So you probably noticed I was just flying through this. I was messing up my edges. I really probably should have taken more time on it. There's no probably about it. I totally should have. But I was just trying to not make this a 30-minute video. But you can really take your time with that. I know that's a lot. So if you want to kind of color some of it and get back to it later, that's totally fine. Maybe if you're watching a video or something and you're just kind of chilling, sometimes it's good to color while you're doing that. But anyway, I think it came out pretty awesome. I can't wait to see how yours are. I want to see what kind of colors and backgrounds and stuff you did, and we can see how cool this picture worked. All right, guys, that's all for the day. That was our line lesson. We got a little in the color too, because next week that's what we're all talking about. All right, dudes and ladies, we'll see you next time. Hope you had fun. Peace.